Assalamu alaikum, this is Dr. Deen. Welcome back to another parenting youth session. I just finished my lemon and ginger tea. Lemon's very good for you, ginger's very good for you. Talking about healthy food and nutrition with our kids. Our kids are growing up on junk food. That's the reality. Our kids are growing up on chicken, chips, pizzas, margarita pizzas, no vegetables on it. Not that pizza's healthy. But generally, they're just eating junk. They're eating junk at school, they're eating junk after school, in the evenings, processed foods, ultra-processed foods. If you can call them food, we should be eating real foods. I want you to picture this scenario. Imagine our children, if they grow up on junk food, they become parents, inshallah, one day. Imagine the dinner table. What would it look like? They'd have pizzas and chicken burgers, chips, processed sauces and ketchups and fried food. That would be the parents who grew up eating that, and then they're feeding their children that. What would be the end result? A family growing up on junk food. Now you are what you eat. If you eat junk, you're going to get bad results from your body. You eat good stuff, you'll see the effects of that. And one of the key areas that I really have a problem with is we talk about halal meat, HMC approved. Is it halal, bro? Is it halal? Can we get this? Can we eat this? But nobody ever argues about whether it's tayyib or not, whether it's pure. It says halalan wa tayyiban. It has to be in the same verse, right next to each other, is halal and pure. Like, hello, why are we not doing the pure bit? We're doing the halal bit and ignoring the same verse. Allah is saying eat pure. It means we can't eat haram and we can't eat impure. We need to eat halal and pure. This is where the problem is. Now, how do you know if something's pure or not? If it's natural, it's grown in the ground and taken out, without the packaging, that is pure. When it comes into packaging, when it's processed, they use emulsifiers, bleaches, preservatives, all kinds of processes where they add chemicals, take things out, add E numbers, all of those impurities. And really, really important thing to understand is that the nutrition is taken out. So our children are growing up without nutrition. Without nutrition, it's going to affect their physical health and proven to affect their mental health. Kids that drink fizzy drinks and Red Bulls and all these kind of drinks to get the sugar rush, the taurine rush, processed fried foods, all of this affects their health. You know, the rise in children having diabetes. Just one generation ago, you'd never heard of a kid with diabetes. Now it's becoming more and more commonplace. So these things are diet related and avoidable. This is separate to qadar Allah. If Allah's written a disease that's out of our control, that's Allah's written that. But we have to do our best to avoid it. So we need to do our best following the Quran and following the diet of the Prophet with our children. So the way to do this is when you cook, get them to try different vegetables, fruits, and get them to cook with you and put things in when you cook. And food needs to be made at home. Food is meant to be made in a kitchen, not in a laboratory where the big food processors and manufacturers make food. So I want to give you an example. If we were to go to the factory where, for example, they make crisps, and we were to see the white mixture or the orange mixture and all the chemicals that they put inside that mixture to make those crisps or whatever it might be, and if we were to see how it's actually made, we would never eat it. But once it comes out packaged, looks all nice, as maybe a picture of a vegetable or fruit, we're happy to eat it. So talk to your children. There's lots online on YouTube. There's vlogs, there's blogs, there's research papers on these things. And you can do your own research into why pure foods are good. It is common sense, but you can read up more. But general rules are, if you can't read it, don't eat it. So if it has ammonia and monosulfate and all these things that we don't really know what they are, why are we putting them inside our bodies? So why are we putting things in like phosphoric acid in a famous fizzy drink like Coca-Cola? You know, and I personally stopped drinking fizzy drinks 10 years ago, and it's completely changed my life. So is there really a reason why our kids should be drinking this stuff? So I got my kids to start buying water with their food rather than the fizzy drink, and now they're used to it. So there's steps like that we can take, but educate ourselves and our kids, because even we don't necessarily know about healthy eating. So we need to change as well. Change the shopping and educate the kids about, what do you think about this? Do you want to eat this processed biscuit with all these chemicals and things we don't even know what they are, we don't know what they mean or what they do to the body. When they're absorbed into the bloodstream, what will they do to our body? But there's also a very serious conflict. The food industry likes to sell us addictive food. That's how they make money. So they don't want us to stop eating junk food because that's how they make money. So you're not going to get any evidence from their side that these things are bad for you. So you have to do your own research, but follow the Quran, follow the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ about eating healthy, and his diet is the best. ﷺ, his diet is pure, it is not in excess, and it is well controlled, and it's at the right times. So let's just think about that, and I want you to think about how the Sunnah is very contradictory to even a lot of medical advice nowadays. So the Prophet ﷺ said that there is cure in black seed for every disease except for death. But is that the same as what we're told sometimes, or what we're told in terms of diseases? We're told there are no cures for most chronic diseases, if not all. So which one, how do we reconcile the hadith, the Sahih hadith, with what we're told? Another example from the Sunnah is that the Prophet ﷺ would rarely, if ever, have, or well, he didn't have a breakfast like we used to have. It was very light, water with honey, and it was like no breakfast really. But we're told breakfast is the most important meal of the day. So I want you to look at what the Quran and Sunnah say about diet, and see that the Prophet ﷺ never had a chronic disease. His companions are not recorded to have any serious long-term illnesses. We know that from the seerah, and so it's something we need to change in our families, in our kids, to see them be happier emotionally, physically, and look good and grow well, and really see them as healthy children. We cannot have a generation of sick children, ill children, which is self-inflicted, self-imposed. If it's outside our control, that's different, but the diet we need to change. That's the best thing we can do for our children. Follow the whole series, inshallah, and I hope we can help you to help our children become the great people we want them to become. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.